Today we're going to be showing you how to tighten the tilt steering. Yes, that makes sense, right? On a 1988 Chevy Scottsdale pickup truck. Sierra, Scottsdale, they're all the same. Got my old man in there right now. Here's the issue. Looks fine, nice, good steering wheel, everything's fine, you know, look at it. Lights, they work, yeah, everything's great, low miles, okay, just, you know, it's supposed to do that. And when you go to put it in gear, it's the same thing. It just, you know, don't try to make any turns. Maybe some tape around this, that'll probably do it. I think it'll fix it. We're gonna see if we can tighten this down and get it back to where it's firm. First thing you're gonna wanna do is lock your steering wheel. You wanna do that first. Make sure that's locked. Then this is what you're going to need. You're going to need the steering wheel lock plate tool. That's for after you take off the steering wheel. You need the steering wheel puller. That's for taking off the steering wheel. A couple screwdrivers, Phillips. These are for your steering wheel puller. You're going to need 9/32. That's for these bolts. You're going to need the 5/16 for disconnecting your battery, or you can just leave the battery connected. I mean, you can risk it. That's fine. That's what we're going to do. 1/2 inch. That's for your steering wheel puller. 1/2 inch is for also your lock plate tool. A couple screwdrivers to take off the C-clip, and I guess a rag for grease. Oh yeah, she also recommends that you take out your dome light if you don't disconnect your battery. It's just these couple screws. 2. And then this comes off. There you go. I guess it comes off easy if you try harder. Then that foam comes off too. Yep, now you just got to take off the C-clip or triangle clip, and then this lock nut, which will be 13/16. We're going to use a hook thing for this to get this off, but you can just use a little screwdriver if you want. Like, I'm using this hook thing because, like, we got this. That's off. 13/16. I really could have used the extension on that.
I told you.
Yeah. Now, steering wheel puller. Start screwing in one of these bolts. Yeah, I know this seems like it's going to be a difficult task, but it's actually really easy. I got the steering wheel puller on there, and then we'll put our second bolt in. Then we need a 1/2 inch. Make sure these are, you know, just snug. And then we can do this. And we tighten that down the center part, and already it's pulled it off. Oop. He's over there just messing around. All right, there's that. Steering wheel just pulls off. Now you got this cute little cover. Just plastic clips. You just do that. Now we're underneath to get to this locking plate. Now right here, there will be a horn turn signal thing, but that's been broken. So we're gonna be replacing that while we're in there. But that would be protruding here with this wire. So it'd be coming out right here. But as you see, it's missing, that piece is broken, but we'll get it on there. Anyway, so this is our lock plate removal tool. Then we gotta take the smaller fork because the bigger one doesn't work. Screw this all the way in. We tighten this nut down. Take our 1/2 inch and we'll just tighten. And this will compress the clip, which I'll show you in a second. You can see the C-clip right there. It's got a little space, a little gap that we're going to use to get that over this shaft. There you go. Okay, so now we got it pried up, the clip, and we're going to take this second screwdriver and try to go behind it and then push it basically up this first screwdriver. See, and now that we got it going up, we're going to hold it there with that clip, or with that screwdriver, and then come around down here at the bottom, pry it around. See? And now, as you see, the clip is coming off. Okay. Now we can start to remove this lock plate removal tool. Once we remove that tool, then that lock plate will come off and we'll get to the next section. Okay, we're loosening this one. Remember, not this one. We're loosening this one. Okay. Now that that's loose, we can take off this bolt right there. Unscrew it out. Set that aside. Unscrew this. And this lock plate will just wiggle off.
Just don't lose your ring.
Yes. Just don't lose that C-clip. And here's what we got. The horn thing is just mangled.
Mutilated.
We take this spring off. To get to that bolt, you put the blinker up and to the right, and then you can unscrew it. And then these other two right here, you can get to with it in normal position, doesn't matter. We have to take this blinker switch, the handle off. We got to take off this hazard switch and then these bolts. So, okay, now to get your blinker switch out, put it to high, pull it out a little bit, and then kind of turn, and it pulls right out. See? Easy peasy. So once you unbolt that screw, you got to take this out. This just slides out and it goes up in there into a slot. So it'll slide in and up, and then you move it up to attach to this. Alright, now we're going to disconnect the wiring for the blinker switch and everything, and that goes down at the bottom of the column. You just follow the same color wires that are up here and follow them down there and unplug it. Okay, then you unplug this. Yep, now that those are unplugged there, we can pull this out a little bit. See, all right. It'll be tightened or loosen these three bolts, all three of those bolts, and then this whole assembly will come out. Take those out. We have to take the key switch out. It's gonna be right here. There's a little bolt right there that you would take out. I think it's a T15 for that. Now that that bolt's out, you can just pull it out. And then that's what the inside looks like. I'll slide this cover off. Let's see if we get any more room for wires. Nope, you can't get any more. Okay, next. This cover just pops off. In here, I don't know if you can see it. We're going to try to show you. Okay, right there, there is a torque head, or it's a reverse torque right there. And then if you look down this hole, way down in there, there's another one right down there. All the way at the end, you can see there's another one right in there. My tool's kind of pointing at it, which you can also see from this position right there. I don't know why you can see it, probably not very well, but that's the issue with ours and why the whole thing is moving. So we're going to try to get some reverse torque beds and at least tighten those two, and it should be good to go. It's going to be the E8 reverse torque or inverted torque or whatever you call it. This is 1/4 inch drive on a long extension. So, okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Put that in there. Get it on that. And then you're going to see this whole thing tighten right up. Like, I don't know if you can see it wiggling right now, but look at that. It's horrible. But as soon as we start tightening this up, it should stop that wiggle. Oh, wow. Those were damn near out. Little snug. Oh, and then you drop your socket in there and you get to fish that out later. But now already, just with tightening the one up, look it. See, it ain't wiggling no more. I gotta try to get my socket back. Oh, oh, you're not gonna give me a magnet? Oh wait, there we go, I got it. Luckily this was magnetized enough. Okay, so that's one. Now we're gonna try to do this on an angle. I think we're gonna get it in there. But this time I was wise and I taped my socket. We're gonna try to go through that hole right down in there and then on a diagonal to get to that inverted nut. Okay, my tape job barely fits through. So like 1 layer of tape, that's it. Otherwise you're not fitting anymore. But see, the socket is in there. I know this camera doesn't focus up close. It's in there on a diagonal. And then get it on there. And we're on it. Now, oop, that fell off. Kinda gotta push. There we go. Now it's tight. We should be able to put all this back together. This clip fell out. I know it goes in there like this. And then this base right here is pushing against this rod like that. So that, then hold it forward, kind of have your fingers in there to hold it. Then slide this forward, and now it should be held with that rod. Then we can line this up and get it in. Now there's a little rod right here that's got to go through this hole. So then you just kind of articulate that, slide that forward. And when you start to slide this on, because you got that rod, slide it on, you kind of got to come here. You kind of got to tip this thing out just a little bit. Go back over here. That way, that spot right here, it rests against this little spot right here. And then this will, see, slide on right here. And this is that plastic piece that we just took off right there. It fits in that groove against this. Key switch is going to go back in. That's good. Okay, now we got to put the screw back in for the key switch. It'll be this goofy looking one where only the threads, yeah, it's only got threads at the base there, not at the tip. I just pried this plastic piece out of the way. Probably not supposed to do that, but see, now that's back in. Now, yeah, and then push that back. Now I'm sure there's a more scientific way to do that, but we're not doing scientific ways. We're doing ways that are effective, okay? These wires are gonna have to get pulled back down through here. So this goes back through, but we're gonna put these 3 bolts in first, these ones. Yeah, T27 for these. There's one. Ooh, don't drop that. You really need to magnetize your tools, bro. There's 2. That's also under that plastic piece. So I get to pry that out of the way again. There we go. Get that out of the way now.
Drop the tool first.
Yep. 3. Push that back in. That's clipped back in. All right. Yep, make sure you get it lined up. Then that can be plugged in back down there again. Now we got to get these screws back in. We got the wires pulled down there. It's plugged back in. It's not sitting back in its cute little holder yet, but that's fine. It doesn't have to be. We're going to put these screws back in. These are Phillips heads. Now remember, these ones are the goofy shaped ones with the weird extra big threads and then small threads.
Weird extra goofy.
Yep. Okay, that's tight. Now we get this back in. There's a little groove that it goes in. That little extrusion or pintle that'll go in there like this. And you rotate this until that lines up. All right, that's in there. And then that clips back in. Now that's in. Oh, that's got to be connected to that still. Okay, now we have to hook up that little bracket right there before we can probably get this 3rd screw in. Now this little bracket, it fits down in here and goes in a groove. Remember we talked about that. It's right here. It'll go in this groove right here. Okay, and then slide up and it slides in that slot. Then we take the bigger one, which is a Phillips. This is all the same coarse thread. And then screw that in there. Snug her down. Okay, now that we can move our blinker, we can get the
to that 3rd one.
That 3rd one in there.
Boy, you act like you've done this before.
Yeah. Do not cross thread. There. Okay, spring. Hi, how you doing? Okay. Putting the spring back the exact same way. We'll put our hazard switch on after. Give me the spring. This will go on first. Your horn piece will go on next. But I want to say this. Make sure that you put this on in the proper orientation. There'll be grooves in this. Okay, you see all the teeth in it. And then that top part right here where my finger is. You see there's a bigger gap. There's no teeth. So you want to make sure that you have that bigger gap right here at the top, and then all the teeth will go into these grooves. When you put it on properly, it will just fit right on like this, see? Nice and smooth. If it's not on properly, then it, look it, see, it'll stop.
Binds.
It'll bind. Get this on. That was roughly, this was lined up with that bolt, and it made basically a triangle shape right here. So now that goes on like that. This wire goes through here. Make sure that this is on properly. See, it freely goes on. Get your C-clip on there and get it kind of started like that. Then take our silver one, screw that back on.
Reminds me of a pulley puller.
This slides in, and then and this will compress that. Make sure that you have your orientation properly. So this is lined up with this bolt right there, not the bolt that's underneath it, not this one that's in the plastic housing, but this bolt that goes for that black metal rod that it goes to your switch. Then when you start to tighten it down, remember I told you had to turn it just a little bit to get it to lock into the slot. So turn it and make sure that this is lined up with that and lined up with that to make a little triangle shape. See, clip over that lip, and once we got that started there, hold it with your screwdriver and then go to the bottom and push that one on. And we are in. Let's make sure by spinning it. Yep, we're in the groove. Now we can start to loosen this up. Then we can loosen this up. Take that off. Take that off. Okay, put your cute little cover on here. The hazard switch, don't forget to put that back into that slot. Okay, steering wheel back on. Make sure you fish this through. Be very careful because these are gentle and they can break easily. Make sure that the plastic part right there, the gray area for this headlights or horn switch, is also in the steering wheel. Now we put our nut on. Okay, it's pretty tight. Put your clip on, which is going to be fun. I hate these clips. Okay. Clips back on. Foam goes this way. Then hook your horn switch back up. That back on there. That's good to go. Then we can tighten the bolts and test her out. Well spent, okay? And the shop would have charged you so much. Look at that. Don't try to break it. My your blinkers work. Left one works. Right one, okay. Wipers. Yep, those work. Right. Yep, brights. Make sure they work. It works. All right.
Just like the A-Team. Man with a plan and it worked out.
Yep. How does that feel?
Good.
Look
A lot better.
Yeah, it's a lot better. Hey, a horn works. And fixed. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking or subscribing. It doesn't cost you a thing, and every week or two you get free content.